Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about all the new makeup releases and whether or not I'm interested in them. So will I buy it, a purchase or pass, whatever you want to call it. We're just going to talk some new releases and I'm going to give my unfiltered opinions. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I would love it if you stuck around, but with all that, let's just get started. All right, so I'm gonna scoot over and I really don't have too much to talk about today. There's definitely been a lot of releases, but I try to only save the things that are kind of interesting to talk about in my opinion. So let's just start because I have a lot of opinions actually. It's interesting what brands are coming out with right now. I'm not finding the trend, I guess I could say, because normally we see trends with makeup like in the beginning of the year, January, February, there's a lot of foundation launches. And then around holiday time, there's usually a lot of eyeshadow palette releases. I'm just not really seeing what's popular right now. Maybe some blushes, but it just seems like a mix of everything. I don't know. I'm just going to start from oldest to newest as I have them saved here on Instagram. So the first thing that I have is a new Tarte palette. This is one of their kind of more traditional palettes, one of their 12 pans, and it is the Trippin' with Tarte palette. So it's supposed to be 12 new shades. It's $49. It's available now. And I'm definitely not going to buy this. I actually find this release a little bit comical because Tarte in the past has gotten a lot of flack for their like getaway trips that they do with content creators, just paying a lot of money for PR to take influencers to private islands and do all this fun stuff. And it hasn't gotten like the best feedback. So to have a palette centered around that seems a little bit odd to me. But also just aside from that, it's a pretty boring neutral palette. Nothing that I need. I do love Tarte's formula sometimes. Like I love my Tarte Lit in Bloom palette. It's one of my oldest favorite palettes. So they have a good formula, but it's just, when you have one Tarte palette, you have all the Tarte palettes, I feel like. So it's just not something I'm willing to spend $50 on. And it just seemed like something I wanted to talk about. I'd love to hear your opinion on this palette down below. Like, is this something that you're interested in purchasing? And what do you think of the theme around it? The next thing that I have are some expensive palettes. I don't know the pricing on these. It just says coming soon. But Isamaya Beauty is coming out with 2 new eyeshadow palettes. And I mean, I don't have the price, like I said, but Isamaya tends to be very expensive. I think their like black lipstick that was in that very phallic component was what, like $90 or something? Maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm sure that this is an expensive palette. It just, I mean, it's custom packaging. You can tell just from looking at it. I'm not interested in it at all. I'd love to see who's purchasing this palette that is not a content creator, because I've seen some content creators try Isamaya Beauty and actually say they have a really nice eyeshadow formula, but I've never really seen like the day-to-day person use their palettes or use their products and really enjoy them. To me, this is kind of more of like a gimmicky brand. It's very editorial. I don't know. It's not a brand that really intrigues me or I'm very interested in picking up, but I did want to talk about it. Even the color stories, maybe it's the packaging. I'm just not into this at all. And it feels like they're supposed to be cool and edgy, but I'm not getting it. Maybe I'm just not cool and edgy enough. Then we have our first lip product. This is from Pat McGrath. So it looks like Pat McGrath did away with her old lip liner formula, which was fantastic, by the way. I don't know why she would do that, but she came out with her lip liners. This is the Legendary Long Wear Lip Liner. I don't know what's different about it. It says 8-hour smudge proof, waterproof, transfer proof wear. And they are $29. Part of me kind of just thinks this is a little bit of the Pat McGrath changes we're going to be seeing, since I've heard rumors that Pat McGrath kind of stepped away and is no longer making the primary decisions. It's kind of just like a corporate owned brand at this point. I could be wrong, and maybe this is just one of those changes, but she had a really great lip liner formula. I actually have 2 of them. I'd have to find them. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere in my 40 lip liners, but they're actually really nice lip liners. And I hope they didn't change the formula because they were quite nice. It looks like there's some interesting colors. Like there's this sky blue color. So is it only a lip liner? Like, could you use it in other places? Like an eyeliner if you wanted to? I have no idea. I don't really see this being something that's like really popular or getting a lot of airtime online. And then after that, we start going into our cheek products. I'm actually kind of interested in this. I don't think I'm going to purchase it, but I will say I did look at it again and just be like, do I need this? Do I not? So it's from Charlotte Tilbury. It's their new blush sticks. It's the Unreal Blush Healthy Glow Sticks. There are going to be 6 shades. It says coming soon. I don't know the price, but I'm sure that it's a little bit more up there since Charlotte Tilbury kind of categorizes herself more as luxury. I love the packaging. I think it's fun. It's summery. It's cute. It's like juicy. It really is well done in my opinion. And I like seeing this launch from her. I much prefer a cream stick blush than a liquid blush. While I do have her matte liquid blushes, and I do like those, this is just so much more practical. And I'm interested to see what people think of this. Now, my only question is how glowy it is, because it does say healthy glow, and I don't love that trend of the really, really almost blush lighters as a blush. That's not for me personally. So if it's like that, I would definitely not pick them up. But right now, I kind of want one just to try it. Does this also interest you? Or am I the only one that's a little bit interested? Charlotte Tilbury wasn't really on my radar. It almost pushed them off as a brand that I was just no longer interested in. I think I even talked about that in my last Will I Buy It? And now this one, they got me back. I'm back on board the Charlotte Tilbury train. I don't know. We have another blush launch from ABH. So Anastasia Beverly Hills is coming out with these cream cheek trios. I need to count. So it's like a little circle with 3 different cream blushes. I think that's really smart. It's really cute. It's $38. There's 3 different colorways. So a berry one, a peach one, and a pink one. Says it's going to be available June 26th on their website and Ulta. I am not going to pick this up, but I think it's an interesting launch from ABH. I think ABH is really struggling, to be quite honest, and I think they're trying very hard to get back to where they used to be. And they're trying things. I'll give them that. They're at least trying different things to get back to that place where they were such a high regarded brand. But I don't know if this is it. I like that it's small. I like that it's compact. I like that it has the colorways. And then within the colorways, you kind of have a light, medium, and dark tone. But I don't know. I don't know how popular this is going to be. It's not something I would pick up even on sale. They did have their cream blush sticks or even their contour sticks. I would pick that up. That's a fairly new launch from them over these blush trios. But I thought it was something that I just at least wanted to mention and talk about and get other people's opinions on it, because I think it was a different launch for them. And I just kind of wonder what's going on behind the scenes at their offices. Now, I only have a few indie palettes to talk about. That is very abnormal for me. Actually, I only have one, and it's from Glaminatrix. They are one of my favorite indie brands. I have it on my list to do soon to do a video talking about my top indie brands, specifically for maybe beginners into the indie world, and Glaminatrix will probably be on that list. They're coming out with the, what is this called? Timeless Tones palette. So it's a 20 pan palette, and I don't have the price. That's weird. It's out now. I know that. You can use affiliate codes. I don't have one, but if you're going to purchase this, make sure you're using an affiliate code. Now, despite what I said about them being one of my favorite brands, I don't think this is a palette for me. I might end up picking it up because I love the brand so much. It's just teetering. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm kind of just meh about it. So I could see myself picking it up with maybe a different palette if I was going to purchase from their website. They are coming out with their, I don't know if you saw, but they did a April Fool's joke where they released a palette, or they announced a launch of a palette, and the palette was called Tones of Turds. It was like a poop themed palette for April Fools, right? And so many people loved this palette, wanted this palette, that Glaminatrix decided to actually make the palette. And I will admit, I am someone who kind of wants that palette. It was just a nice, neutral, grungy palette. My dog is deciding to join us today. I left the door open for her. So I could see myself purchasing that palette and then just picking this one up at the same time because I love the brand so much, and I am a little bit of a brand loyalist. Now, just also some information. I will pop a picture up of the Tones of Turds, that's hard to say for some reason, palette. I will pop up the photo here, as well as the Timeless Tones. They're also going to release the same exact palette, but in a non-potty version. So it's going to be called the Grounded palette. And then all the shades will be different names that aren't so maybe dirty. But I kind of like the original. I think it's a little bit funny and kind of like would be a fun collection piece to have. So I do plan on picking up that palette. This palette I just haven't decided on. I do love the outer packaging. I think it's really beautiful, but the inside, it just doesn't scream to me. There's something about it. It might just be that blue. Sometimes I don't love blue, even though I'm wearing blue on my eyes today. And everything that I'm wearing is always listed in the description box below. The next thing that I have is from e.l.f. e.l.f. has a ton of things that they're releasing. I was going through Instagram today trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about, and it was just e.l.f., 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 like so many e.l.f. launches. I only picked two to talk about. The first one being the, what is this called? The Halo Glow Skin Tint. It's available now. It is $18. And that is why I wanted to bring it up, because e.l.f. used to be a very affordable brand. They're like now surpassing some other drugstore foundation brands, especially for a skin tint. I know that this has SPF, and maybe that's why it's a little bit more expensive. It's 18 shades. Let's see. It's supposed to be hydrating, buildable coverage. I don't know. Lightweight, serum-like feel, sinks into skin. It has skin-loving ingredients. But for $18, I just feel like this is not e.l.f. And I wonder if e.l.f. is going to continue to raise their prices like this. I think that it's going to be the wrong move from them, quite honestly. I don't think that it'll go well for them. They're really well known for having and staying at such affordable price points when other brands have continuously and steadily raised their prices over the years. e.l.f. has too, like, don't get me wrong, they used to have $1, $2 things, and now they're a little bit more, but I feel like 18 we're crossing the line here. So let me know if you're going to pick this up. As far as picking it up, I'm not going to pick it up. It's just not my type of product. I love trying and testing new foundations, but I don't love a glowy finish. So I think this is just going to be a waste for me. If I was going to do it, it would only be for video purposes. And I'm trying really, 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 really hard not to purchase things just to make a video on it. So I'll be skipping on this. But I wanted to talk about it because I do think it's a cool product. People who like this kind of product will like it, but the price point, I don't know if I can get over. Next up on my list is a new Viseart palette. I feel like Viseart's been launching some newer things more frequently as well. So this is the Midsommer Lumiere Entendu palette. It's $44, so it's supposed to be an extension of their original palette. It says that it's steeped in twilight bloom and fairy mischief. 12 shades spun from dusk and moonlight petals, soft fawns, rosewood, and glistening lilac. It is $44, available now. Viseart palettes, they always get me. They are so beautiful. They're demure. Their color stories are so pretty, but I end up never using the palettes, and I don't know why. I just, right now, it's not something I gravitate towards. I just gravitate more towards my more impactful indie palettes. And while I love Viseart's matte formula, the shimmers just don't do it for me, and it's not worth it for me to purchase the palette. I've thought about taking out and rearranging some of my Viseart palettes to maybe just keep the mattes, because the mattes are really, really good quality. I like them a lot. They're so buildable. They're soft. They're a great just background, regardless of which matte you use. It's just the perfect grounding matte for any kind of eye look. But yeah, I don't get my money's worth out of the shimmers, and that's what holds me back. They did release a palette that I talked about a couple episodes before. It's like the Paris Edit mattes, and that was an all matte palette. I'd pick that one up over this one, but I'm interested to see who's going to pick this up, because their launches seem to be more frequent, and I've been hearing them talked about more and more as time goes on. I feel like they were a little bit more under the radar. Not as many people purchased from them in the past, and now it seems like they're starting to get a little bit more hype now that they're more consumer friendly, I would say. Then the last palette that I have to talk about is from Lisa Eldridge. I kind of want this. I kind of want it, and I hate myself for wanting this. So this is the Desert Gleam eyeshadow palette. It's the Sensual Sandy Desert Tones. So this has 6 shades, $62. It's refillable, just like all their other eyeshadow palettes. And I think it's pretty. Those just grungy greens and golds always get me. The thing is, $62 is quite expensive for a 6-pan palette, and I don't feel like Lisa Eldridge has the best formula. It's a mid formula. It also kind of just depends on which kind of formulation she has. I'm looking here. So there's a seamless matte, 2 seamless mattes, 2 metallics, a velvet, and a luminous. Okay. It seems like she doesn't have any of her creamy matte formula in this palette, which is the formula that I find to be the most tricky with her. It's just a little bit tough to blend for me personally. So I don't know. I don't think I'll go out of my way to purchase this palette, but I will say that I think it's beautiful and I want it. I just don't necessarily want to spend $62 on it. So I will probably pass. I can definitely dupe out this color story easily 5 times over with what's in my collection now. So I'm going to try to do that before I spend the money on this palette, but we'll see. If there was like a time where I got a gift card or something and someone said to treat myself to something I've been wanting, I'd consider this palette. It would be like a nice little splurge. A few more things to talk about. We have some more lip products. This one's from Huda Beauty, and I'm also a little bit interested in this. So this is the Lip Contour Lip Stain, and let's see, it's currently online, and it is $25. So it's kind of this, it looks like a felt tip pen, and it's supposed to be a no bleed lip stain. It's highly pigmented, ultra comfortable for all day wear, revealing a natural matte finish that won't budge. I feel like Huda Beauty comes out with some good products. If you like a lip stain, I think that it'll probably be really great quality. I could see myself picking one of these up. I don't know. Probably not. I would like to, but realistically, no. There's a lot from Huda Beauty that she's launched recently that I would really like to pick up. I'd love to do like a Huda Beauty splurge shopping haul, because I'd like to pick up the blushes that she has, the lipsticks that she has. There's just been a few products from her that have recently caught my eye. But we'll just add this to the list. I don't think it's important enough for me to prioritize right now. I definitely have enough lip products in my collection, but it did catch my eye, that's for sure. And I don't know why, because lip products in general haven't really been doing that for me as of recent. I've been pretty content with the lip products that I have. 2 more things to talk about. This is coming soon, and it's from NYX. So they're expanding their like fat line, I guess. This is the Fat Cheeks Dewy Liquid Blush. It is $10. There's going to be, let's see, 8 shades. This is an easy pass for me. I don't know why they're going with this kind of marketing. It doesn't appeal to me. Like they had the fat oil, which was a lip oil, and now the fat cheeks. I don't like the doe foot on this. I will say the colors look pretty. Again, very summery, very juicy. But the doe foot looks kind of odd. And for some reason, when I see this, whatever promo pictures they have, it's reminding me of the Milk Makeup Jelly blush sticks, where it was kind of just a really heavy stain. Now, I didn't try that product, but it kind of looks like it's going to be that consistency just from looking at the photo. And maybe I'm wrong, but just a very thin, liquidy, ultra pigmenty, stainy kind of lip or cheek product. And I don't know, I definitely won't be getting this. It doesn't interest me at all. I at least wanted to talk about it because I thought it is a little cool, but no, I'm not gonna pick it up. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was a foundation. Of course, foundation is one of my favorite categories, probably my favorite category, even above eyeshadow. So this is the new YSL All Hours Glow Foundation. It is coming soon. I don't have a price. This is the lightweight luminous foundation inspired by YSL's iconic transparent makeup from 1968. Designed to mimic the feel of a haute couture tulle veil. Second skin, radiant finish, oil control, hydrating with hyaluronic acid and niacinamide. I'm not going to pick this up. Again, I'm not a glowy foundation girl. I prefer a more natural finish. And when it has glow in the name, it worries me. It does say that it's a skin-like radiance, so maybe it's just a very soft glow, but it's not something I'm willing to spend the money on to find out, honestly. If it was a little bit less expensive, and I knew it was going to be less expensive, if it was like $20, $25, even $30, I would consider testing it out just to try it, but I know it's going to be more than that. I'm assuming it's going to be in the high 40s to low 60 range for this foundation, so I'm just going to skip it. And that's everything that I have to talk about. Like I said, there wasn't really too much. There's still a lot of releases, but not too much I really felt like talking about today, discussing, getting your opinions on. Please let me know your opinions down below. Let me know if there was something that I didn't talk about today that you're very excited about, that's on your wish list. I just wanted to chat about new makeup, so that's what I did today. I hope you're having a great one. You enjoyed this video. This is where I'm going to leave you all, though. I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.